Good day, everyone. My name is Dale Pinkert. I'm the head trader and mentor at CurrencyTradingLive.com. I've been involved in trading currencies for well over 3 decades, including when they used to trade currency futures on a chalkboard at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange in the mid-70s. So I've seen quite a few cycles in my day, and the evolution of FX cash market coming to people like us to be able to trade and not just commercial banks. I want to talk about a formation that was written about by the author being J.R. Hill. The name of the formation is 3 drives to a top, 3 drives to a bottom. If you'll notice, the number 3 is a number that we hear quite a bit about in our popular culture, vis-a-vis the expression, the third time is a charm, implying that the first 2 attempts do not work, but the third time it will work. In athletics, a complete at bat is 3 strikes and you're out. Hockey has 3 periods, and everyone on the ice wants a hat trick, which is 3 goals. If you want to take it to a spiritual plane, you talk about the Holy Trinity. So this number does play out. It vibrates harmonically in nature, in our universe, popular culture, so it can also be used and visualized technically when you're trading markets. So I want to start off with an example that occurred last week in the US dollar Canadian. This is a 3 drive to a top formation right in this area, and I added a momentum indicator underneath, which is something that gives me an idea of a market that has waning momentum, that gives me a confluence of not only having the formation, but knowing that momentum is dying at new highs gives me more conviction to top pick and take the short signal. So here's our first high, which is validated by the RSI being above 70. Had a little ABC pullback, and then a push up to new highs. If you notice, at this high, the momentum indicator is right at 70, no longer above it. Then we had another pullback and another rally attempt to take out the previous high. So we've had this high took out the previous high. This was your second drive. Here's your third drive taking out the second drive's high. And if you notice, momentum indicators are now well below 70. Which gives me even more conviction, because your best short sales are going to occur once some of this momentum is worked off by the market going sideways, distributing, and setting up a top. I normally wait for a negative candle to activate the signal with stops above the third drive to a high for risk management. Very important. The difference between pros and amateurs are pros know how to lose, so they have money left to be right with. So here we see that we had a pretty good sell-off, 100 pip sell-off from that point, and even the next day, here we are into Monday's trade. That signal has still not been violated. It could very well end up being a more significant top than just a little pullback that we've had here. So I wanted you to have an idea and visually see the 3 drives to a top formation. It's a very reliable reversal formation. Nothing is certain in this business, but I've watched this pattern emerge. The time frame really is irrelevant, because the pattern has more significance than what time frame or even what market you're trading. 3 drives to a top in IBM would be treated the same way as 3 drives to a top in US dollar Canadian. So this is your visual of 3 drives to a top. I now want to give you an example of what happened last week so that you can visualize what happens on 3 drives to a bottom. This pair is the GBP USD, British Pound US Dollar, Cable US Dollar, whatever label you use. What's interesting about this chart is before this formation, the 3 drives to a bottom formation evolved, we already had significant divergence where this was your momentum low down here, well under the 20 level against this low, and then as we entered for this drive to this bottom, we were well above it, even though price was well below. So this is our first drive to a bottom here in cable, and the RSI is a little bit below 30, and we had a rally back up. Now we had a break to new lows with a higher RSI reading. This is your second drive, another rally attempt, and then your third drive taking out the previous low with the RSI reading well above 30. So just like your best sell signals for 3 drives to a top happen under 70, your best buy signals for 3 drives under a bottom happen when the RSI is above 30. As you can see, the market did start to head up. We've had a little pullback. Still could very well be more left on this trade from this signal, 3 drives to a bottom. So I wanted to offer up a reversal formation, especially for those that have the inclination to look for opportune buying levels at turning point lows and reversal lows, and those looking to top pick because they believe down is faster. And I believe that too. It's called gravity and panic. So this is a tool that you could use for looking for those types of setups at significant turning points in markets, whether it's FX or not. And I hope that this gives you something else to add into your, it embellishes your trading. It's another weapon that you could use in the FX battlefield. And keep in mind the number 3. I'm sure you'll think of more examples after you hear this of how that number comes into play and how it completes and how it is a number of completion. So I look forward to all those that want to see us trading these types of formations in our live trading room, to seeing you in there. I hope that this edified your trading. This is Dale Pinkert with Currency Trading Live, signing off.